Alright, so I got a really weird one for you today in terms of the videos and topics I generally tend to cover. So I've recently been getting back into energy drinks, for better or for worse. I remember in high school we had a gas station across the street and we would stop and get one a couple times a week. I've only been having like one a week, not go too crazy with it. But the thing that was kind of crazy was seeing how many flavors of Red Bull there are now. And the first one I tried, the blueberry flavor, was fucking fantastic. I'm looking forward to having another one soon because I haven't had one since that original one because I wanted to try all these other flavors. Overall, I will say that it was the best out of all of the different ones they had, although it's not necessarily all downhill from here. There's some other solid ones that I would, definitely get once in a while. Again, well, the one that was kind of weird was that there's a second blue one. I believe it's called Sky Blue or Sea Blue or something like that. But the shades of blue that they use on the cans are almost identical. I wouldn't have even known this flavor existed if it weren't for me just sort of stumbling upon in the recycling bin at work one of the bigger cans of it. I've just been getting the real small ones for all of them. Honestly, for whatever reason, with the bigger cans in general, that pretty much every other brand uses, I get like a little sort of like jittery or something. Like, I feel like the Red Bull ones are the perfect size for me at this point. Although maybe that's my own fault. Maybe I should pace myself better. But maybe there's a reason June Berry is so close in color to the blueberry flavor, and that's because they are very similar flavors. This one is almost like a blueberry with a blackberry-esque hint to it. It's good too. I don't think I would get it over blueberry though. So unless they discontinue the one, which please don't. But that was probably my one and only. Watermelon, of course, had to be the second one I tried. I love some watermelon drinks. It could be a mixed bag though. There's some not so great ones. This one was pretty good. I will say that I still feel like I prefer stronger interpretations of the watermelon flavor. This was the red can, by the way. I forget if I mentioned that earlier. Like, I remember Monster had a good one. Actually, I think, didn't they have multiple watermelons at Monsters at some point? So I don't know. Maybe if I really wanted, the little bit of a boost from an energy drink, I would get this one again. But when most places I go to that have this also have Watermelon Arizona, once again, it's good, but I wouldn't get it over the other Watermelon Arizona in, probably 90% of the cases. Green was an interesting one. It was Kuroba elderflower. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Never heard of this kind of flavor, but it was probably my second favorite, honestly. I did look it up before trying it out. It did say, it's a little bit like banana, kind of like a different twist on it. And I would say that was pretty accurate way to describe it. I almost do wonder what a more pure banana energy drink would be like, though. I don't know if it would go over so well. So maybe this is the preferred way to have something along those lines. After that, we've got the orange/amber, which was apricot strawberry. I was originally pretty excited because I thought it was just apricot, and I'm like, that's unique. I can see that working. But when I saw the strawberry mixed in with it, I don't know. I feel like I'm picky with strawberry. I think it's simply strawberry. I like some strawberry lemonades and I don't know, maybe a fresh strawberry smoothie or whatever from a local place. But these two mixed together, It wasn't to my taste. It was a bit too sweet. Although, like I said, I would like to see an independent apricot, or hell, maybe they could figure strawberry out. We also got pink, which is wild berry, yellow, which is tropical, and they are pretty much exactly what they sound like. Pretty identical to other interpretations of these flavors. And finally, we got white, which was coconut berry, which is like blueberry with a hint of coconut. I don't like coconut, so it wasn't for me. Definitely the lowest of the blueberry affiliated ones for me. But like I said, that's kind of maybe more of a personal preference. There was a seasonal flavor though too, winter, which was ginger apple, and the apple was actually great. But not so much the ginger. Once again, I would love to see them try just an apple flavor. And overall, I think they do sort of pair together well if you like ginger, but I just didn't really, I don't like ginger that much. Like after the first few sips, I was already kind of done with the ginger part of it. This obviously isn't a definitive list or anything. I saw that there's, maybe a few discontinued flavors. There's probably, other seasonal ones, at least for, I had a winter. I'm sure there's like a summer, spring, fall ones. But this is just all that my local store had over the last month or so. I did also on the side try Celsius Sherbet. I'm not going to lie, that one was kind of disappointing. There's definitely better interpretations of, the sherbet flavor. It's a very good one when they get it just right. But this one, I don't know. Something was just a little off, in my opinion. Not as flavorful as I liked. So I don't know. I just thought I would throw that one in there too because it's, kind of related. Classic Red Bull too, I will say, was better than I remember it being. Like its, original flavor. I actually like the, original flavors for energy drinks. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not. Because I've never really seen anyone replicate it outside of energy drinks. That's what I would kind of like to see, because I know energy drinks aren't, necessarily the best for you, at least from what I understand. But I don't know, it was better than I remember. Less, bitter or medicine-y, as I would say. Still not as strong as like a Monster, but close enough to sort of satisfy my itch for that flavor, I'd say. And like I said in the beginning here, this isn't normal content that I would put out. I'm not going to be making like a DSP tries it-esque series out of this. I just kind of thought it was interesting to do, and why not share it? And, if another opportunity like this comes up, I'll share it again.